So I found if I decrease the speed IV by 1, it seems to sort out the attack IV. I guess because I fiddled about the IVs, it just locks in place what I'd put in. So that means I can have that one extra stat point in my offenses, which is quite nice. And 71 is probably a good idea to hit anyway, because 72 is min speed armor rouge. So speed time with that is probably not ideal. Okay, so this has got to be the Dragon Lance one, right? Yeah. Okay, reasonable. And yeah, it's still the poison one. Everyone is just using poison. I will attempt to Hydrapple. Nope, not Vascular Legion. Hydrapple Heatran to start off with. Bring Iron Hands because they have a Porygon too. Landorus is pretty good here, isn't it? Yeah, it is. Yeah, I don't really care about that in the slightest, so I just immediately Magma Storm, but do I switch the Hydrapple or protect it? Because they could go for just straight up Ice Beam into the Hydrapple. Yeah, I will just do this. It was just Parting Shot, that's fine. Yeah, it is Trick Room, even though, you know, I benefit from Trick Room as well. Heatran's going to sleep here, but I can go into Iron Hands, and no, I just protect and switch to Iron Hands, and then I can fake out the Amoonguss. It's a reasonable chunk. Could it be worth just Terra Grassing immediately to KO the Porygon 2 and accept the sleep on my... Because the Porygon is the main thing that threatens... Yeah, that's probably worth it. That's the main thing that threatens my... Okay, the Terra was unnecessary unless they Terra Poison here. But they didn't, so... You know, that's good. And now Incineroar is trapped in. I can ignore the Amoonguss if I want, but I could switch out into Hydrapple and protect the... Oh, I definitely protect the Heatran. Oh, they have Sludge Bomb, okay. So I'll switch to Landorus and protect. In case they Sludge Bomb. That was weird. I don't think that would have saved them. And it is just Golden Go, okay. Well, that means that I can just double it, and they can't tear anymore, so I can double into this Golden Go with Stomping Tantrum and Magma Storm, and something good will happen. That's a lot of damage. Now... I don't think my Hydrapple's too useful anymore. Yeah, it did have to be Shadow Ball there. But now I can KO the... Yeah, because I'll ignore the Amoonguss, so I'll be able to Fickle Beam KO the Golden Go, or get the Heat Wave. That's reasonable. But I do wake up. But I don't wake up anymore. So now they can make it rain KO me. Are they in range of Rock Slide? Not sure they're in range of Rock Slide. Am I in range of Make It Rain? Oh, it's Metal Coat, so I will protect here and Heat Wave. Get them down to -1. Not -1, +1, and then I should survive. Didn't think about that. That was silly from me. I will now attempt to Fickle Beam KO the Amoonguss, which I probably should. I'll attempt to Heat Wave again, because I'll live this now, and I would have been KO'd last time, so that's good that I just went on the offensive here. That's still fine, because because now I get my Landorus in without being intimidated, because I go into Iron Hands first. So... Yeah, because I surely just OHKO the Golden Go with Stomping Tantrum, don't I? One would assume. Attempt to Fickle Beam. I will attempt to Close Combat. This is fine. Yeah, they just make it rain, so now they're weak. So what's the best way of doing it? I'm going to protect the god and go first, so I'll attack the Incineroar. And they Flare Blitz recoil themselves down. Good. So they're now -1 make it rain surely can't KO me, so I should still go for the Incineroar. Good. Only a make it rain crit would have been losing there, I think, because I'm a bulky Landorus. I should have survived the make it rain because -1. Right. So Landorus was still very good there. Taking care of Porygon too early freed up Landorus quite a bit. Okay, do I still want my Hydrapple? I'm not sure I do. Might switch it up to go for Porygon 2 and Heatran. And then Landorus and Iron Hands. Okay, I'm glad I switched it up. So, one would assume they are substituting here. How brave do I get with the Heatran to break the substitute? So could Terraghost to avoid a fake out? That's not bad, actually. And this will cover for them trying to go for a substitute as well. Reasonable. That is reasonable. I can still just Ice Beam them. And get some extra chip on the Incineroar as well. Iron Hands would be great if they click Trick Room now. But Heatran's still in a great position. I'll preserve the booster energy. Yeah, just Ice Beam, that's fine. Heat Wave Thaws me? Does it? I can't remember. Does Heat Wave Thaw me? It doesn't. So neither Thaw me. Not the most ideal thing. So I'll switch to Iron Hands here. And I will attempt to Magma Storm the Porygon 2, but that freeze was quite unfortunate. Yep, knockoff as expected. And Ice Beam is reasonable. Waking up would be lovely. Just going to Parting Shot my Iron Hands. I will still just attempt to attack the Porygon 2, but they're going into Landorus here. I'm still frozen. That's really not ideal, but this is a KO on the Porygon 2, so that's something. And that's freed up my Landorus. Can we Thaw, please? No, but at least I can't be Spored. Yes, this freeze has been not so great, has it? Let's get a return freeze. Not so much. That's okay. Because they've Terra Poisons, now Landorus is actually God tier against them. That was, yeah, that's actually pretty good for me. And I got a guaranteed Stomping Tantrum into the Amoonguss slot, which would KO the Incineroar as well. So actually, this is fine. That was a good Terra Poison for me. Because that's not going to KO. That does not quite put me in range, which is decent. Reset the Intimidate. Good. That's a nice chip. Wait, Terra Blast is stronger, isn't it? Because I'm now a Ghost type, so I get Stab. So, yeah, why don't I just do that instead? I mean, they had to do that. They had to try and catch the the Landorus to have a chance now. But that's good. Because I went for Ice Beam, of course, because I knew that Ice Beam into Terra Blast would two-shot, and I might as well go for the freeze chance. All that stuff. But yeah, that was decent. Landorus was very good there. Especially because they were forced to Terra Poison. I know this is only a little bit, but still, you can see Magma Storm is still very much my most used move. I guess is very much a Heatran Magma Storm team. It's been very good. Like, I could not use another Heatran at this point. I understand why people were using Magma Storm with only 75% accuracy, because it is such a good move. However, Zoom Lens / Super Sweet Syrup. That's the solution to it. Oh, Mousehold. Mouse-ape, I guess. Haven't seen that for a while. Why doesn't that have beat up as well? That should surely have beat up too. Yeah, this is quite an annoying team to face because you got the dual modes. But at least you can't Rage Fist to Porygon 2. Actually, wait a minute. Oh no, they have Terra Ghost and Taunt on the Mousehold. So I can't just lead Iron Hands Porygon 2 and win. It is not as simple as that. But it very much can be Porygon 2 waiting in the back. That would be perfectly fine as well. I mean, I could just Iron Hands Porygon 2 and attack the Mousehold. That should be fine. To be fair. Hydrapple is decent. Well, they are Terra Fairy, though. Landorus is also decent. Even though there is an Annihilape, I should be a slower one, so if I get into Trick Room, actually, that's pretty decent. I might not bring Heatran here, even though they got Gouging Fire. I'm going to bring Hydrapple. Yeah, it's just Mouse-ape. Because they surely Terra Ghost and Taunt here. I'm inclined to go for Terra Blast into the Annihilape immediately. But that seems like it's not an ideal play. We'll just attack the Mousehold. Because it had to be Terra. Yeah, it had to be that. That's not going to KO. It is going to KO. Booster Energy's busted. Okay. Gonna have a weak Rage Fist, which is not too bad. Or attempt to close combat the Gouging Fire. And I don't want to switch into Landorus because Annihilape. But I will go into Hydrapple with the intention of just resetting Taunt and Porygon will set Trick Room at some point. Oh, wait a minute. No! No! I'm an idiot! No! Super Sweet Syrup! No! Oh, that's not good. That was foolish. Not ideal. But they can only KO one. So I get something. Get the KO there. Does need to be Porygon 2. So what they should do is Drain Punch and Shadow Ball the Porygon 2. But I can Terra Ghost here to get out of the stuff. They're brave enough to Rage Fist. Are they brave enough to Rage Fist? They are brave enough to Rage Fist. Good play. Good play. Like, obviously I had to go for that. But that was still solid from them regardless. So it is not just as straightforward as going for that. So, but if I don't go with that, then they are able to beat themselves up. So I don't want to bring Hydrapple because that is really bad against the Annihilape. So instead, I will go with that. Still, I think I'm forced into that. But I think I want Basculegion here instead. Is it still the same thing? Do we do the same thing? If they bulk up, I surely won't KO them if I go for just the Terra Blast and the Wild Charge. I'm going to switch it up. They still did the same thing. Rip. That's not good. Because now they beat themselves up and then that's really bad. So I think I just lose here. Yeah, I just lose. So I will just immediately forfeit. Not much to be done there. But it's alright, mouse-ape is not common at this point, so I'm not too... Whoops, I closed the thing. I'm not too concerned about that one. And the fact that they had taunt as well. Like mouse-ape is fine, and actually taunt is uncommon on the mouse hold in the first place. So, like, yes, that was a loss, but don't actually care. Of course, skip forward to the battle. Thought I had a like at the moment. Like, what's the 1800? Okay, and of course it's Michael. I'm in the 1400s at the moment, aren't I? So getting close to the top 500 at least. Come on, people, where are you? You need to practice. You need to get ready for tournaments. It's one of the longest I've had to wait for these in quite a while, but there we go. Okay, that seems alright. I'm going to attempt to Hydrapple Heatran. Iron Hands is good here. They do have Taunt on the Tornadoes, that's why I don't want to leave with Porygon 2 straight away, and they do also have an Amoonguss. And then I think... Landorus is good here. I'll bring Landorus. So I theoretically don't care about getting Trick Room up. Like, these two are slow. This is, like, reasonably slow. It doesn't really matter. Yep, that's fine. Because I can just KO the Chien-Pao here. And just go for this. They Sacred Sword the Heatran, don't really care. As long as I've taken care of the Chien-Pao, my Hydrapple and Landorus have been freed up a lot. So just attack here with Chien-Pao and I should be in a great position. They did not attack. That's fair enough. They got their Rain Dance ready to go. That's alright. That means that I shouldn't actually KO the Chien-Pao anymore with Magma Storm. We'll switch to Iron Hands and I will still Magma Storm. So that's a good chunk. That's a good chunk. But that's still a great chunk. And that means that I can fake out the Chien-Pao to avoid any further damage, which I believe will be worth it. I'm sacrificing my Iron Hands now because they crit the Air Slash, but that should be fine. Like, taking care of the Chien-Pao is the freeing up my 2 quad ice weeks. So, because that's Terra Stella, right? Yeah. So they can't Terra Ghost out of it. That's good. Then I should go into... Is it Draco or Dragon Pulse? It's Dragon Pulse, okay. Go into Hydrapple so I can yawn. Okay, that's decent. Is there anything wrong with just a double protect here? If I'm intending to then... I can switch to Landorus, actually. Could do. Terra Fairy is probably more useful, so I will double protect first. Get some extra chip on the Tornadus. It's nice that Magma Storm is not affected by Covert Cloak. Because it's not really... Like, it's kind of a secondary effect, but it's not technically a secondary effect. Okay, I've got out the Terra, so that's good. They're trying to do the same thing against me, so that's alright. Santin wouldn't KO me. Do they have stomp? They do have stomping. It's the correct way around of doing it. So I'll live in Air Slash, but I might flinch. I'll do this. Okay, that was a good play from them. And I hit... Oh, that wasn't a Zoom Lens Magma Storm, so I'll take it. And they missed their Sand Tomb. That's why you run Zoom Lens. Okay, cool. So now I should be able to just switch to Landorus and Protect. They're both trapped. And I can U-turn the Tornadus next turn. I'll take some Air Slash chip here. No, I won't. They Rain Danced. That's fine. So U-turn into Magma Storm should KO the Tornadus. And yeah, I guess I'll just Heat Wave. There's no point Magma Storming because they're already Magma Stormed. Yep, that KOs it. Gets back Hydrapple untaunted. There's our Chaludon. Okay, so Dragon Pulse won't KO me. If I switch to Landorus and Protect, they can't Electro Shot. I mean, they can. They'll still get the boost. But it was just Flash Cannon, so that's fine. Can't Sand Tomb the Landorus. They've already Terra'd with the Ting Loose. They can't Terra with the Archaludon, which means I should be able to just go for Stomping Tantrum here and also, yeah, just double. And that should be a KO into Archaludon. I could switch to Hydrapple on the Flash Cannon. I don't think I need to. I can't because I'm Sand Tombed. So, but it's weak because it did an Electro Shot. That's weak. That's a KO. And that's game over. And there we go. It would be nice if Super Sweet Syrup was not just once per battle, because then I could guarantee that like Leaf Storm would have hit. Right, that was decent. So I'm thinking, do I need a bit more for Chien-Pao? Because like Heatran's good, but then I do have 2 quad weeks. I mean, using Basque Legion much because I have the idea of like I could put Primarina over Basque Legion, and that would still work. And Primarina is amazing against Chien-Pao, so. I still want to lead with Heatran. I'm going to go with Porygon 2 this time. So I didn't go with it last time, and they'll probably still leave the Amoonguss on the bench. And Hydrapple wasn't doing too much there, so I will swap it out instead. Okay, that's good. So I can go with just Landorus here, and well, they got close combat. Interesting. So I can go with Landorus and just... they resist both my attacks with the Porygon. And a Terra Rock as well, without Head Smash. Interesting decision. Yeah, I'll go with Landorus and I'll just Ice Beam the Tinglu. Should still be some reasonable check, because this leftover's not Assault Vest. Although it factors in the Vessel of Ruin into your special attack stat. That's cool. Don't do it. Don't do it. Of course you do it. Well, it's a free Stomping Tantrum into this slot, and I will follow it up with an Ice Beam to cover for any Tornado switch in. And it will also redirect into the Tinglu regardless. Well, there's the Tornado switch in. Here's just another Rock Slide. Don't do it. Okay, that's the important one. And I'll take that one for sure as well. Let's just Tinglu again. Okay. So I'll switch to Iron Hands here. And I will just Ice Beam, because they could taunt my Porygon to stop or recover. If they don't taunt, I could have recovered, and that's annoying. Could have Trick Roomed. Okay, they didn't taunt. Bit of a shame, but that's okay. Yeah, it was Heavy Slam, that's decent. Now I can Trick Room. Would Electroshock KO my Porygon 2? I've surely got a way of winning this for sure. I'm going to go for this. Could I actually Ice Beam and Close Combat the Archaludon? Because that would cover for in and out of Terror as well. That might be better. That was better. That was significantly better. I believe the game is over, especially because that was definitely not strong enough. No, they're going to survive now because the defense boost, but no, they don't because booster energy. Now the game surely is over. Because the Porygon 2 outspeed, so I can just Landorus and recover. And yeah, there's not much they can do here. I will Terra Blast for strong, and Terra Blast as well, I guess. But yeah, that's decent.